Josh from Paparazzi Imaging and Films. We have a special guest, Austin Pysick, from Snowcross and Champ Off-Road. He is a flagger for Snowcross and also a official for
Champ Off-Road.
Champ Off-Road. So this is episode 4. Our last episode was with Robbie Malinowski. Make sure to check out that episode. It was really good. We had a lot of good conversations about the sport of snowcross, his history with snowcross racing, being a pro, getting a couple championships, and also getting on the podium on that very fast but also very heavy Yamaha sled 4-stroke platform. But yeah, let's get into this episode 4. So, like I said, you're a flagger for snowcross and also doing the Champ Off-Road.
Yeah, Champ Off-Road. Yeah. So I'd say like primarily most of what I do is with snowcross. I didn't really get into Champ Off-Road until last summer when Carl asked me to kind of climb aboard on that project. But so I've been doing snowcross for, let's see here. I did a couple regional races in 2018, kind of ERX, and we'd go up to Quadna for a few of them. But then I first got onto the national tour in it would have been 2019. My first race was it Buffalo something?
Oh, Buffalo River.
Yeah, the really, really sketchy one.
Yeah.
With the snow dust and so
that was 2019.
Yeah, because we raced 3 days there because Duluth got
canceled.
Snowed out.
Yep.
So that was my first ever national. So I've been doing this upcoming season. I guess will be my 5th year of nationals. So 6th year total. So
wow, what a crazy snowcross national to just dive into your first
definitely,
race.
Yeah, it's not something I was prepared for, but we just kind of shot from the hip and got through it.
That was a cold, from my recollection, that was a very cold race, a very snow dusty race, like you said. It was kind of a little dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like that was the first time that I ever had to get like super aggressive with flagging and stuff like that, because like I said before, that I always just did regionals, so it was always day races, and you don't get high-level riders at those races. You get, and if you go to Elk River, you get a couple of the pros that come out and just have fun. It's more of a practice for them. But that one, it was it would have been Saturday night when the snow dust was really bad because it was super cold out, and they had there were sundogs in the sky during the day. But the snow dust was really bad, and I was working a corner right before the finish line with my cousin Joey, he's a flagger too with us, and last race of the night for the pro final, and I remember, I think it was Aki Palaya. It was a split lane, and Palaya went outside corner. He caught an edge or something with his ski or something like that, went fully sideways and was blocking the whole exterior of the track. And then I remember 2 laps later, I think Kyle Pauline took the outside line as well, right into him, and you couldn't see 20 feet in front of you. So we had no idea if people were hurt or what was going on, and nobody was about to try and run across the track because you couldn't see snowmobiles coming down. So
it was super dangerous.
Yeah, great introduction to national snowcross racing for me, that's for sure.
And Saturday, was it Saturday that Adam Renheim broke his femur?
Yeah, his femur. Yeah, it was the morning of that, I think.
Yeah.
Because that was a weird track just off the start, because you couldn't see him start, because I think they used the staging lane for the dirt track to come up and then around.
Right.
Yeah, and then he just, I think it was on just a whoop section. He just got tangled up and broke his femur.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Wild first weekend.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it until way after shooting, because I was kind of in that split lane and I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And I was shooting the whole time, and I'm like, what the heck happened? There's a red flag, or they threw a red flag for that race?
Yeah, for him. Yep.
Yeah,
and then I can't remember if we did a red flag for Inanna too, because that's when she broke her pelvis or something like that weekend too. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on that weekend.
Wow.
And we didn't know each other at that point.
No.
Yet, so it was,
we didn't even know, what was it, later in that season?
If that, maybe the year after.
Yeah.
I want to say. Yeah. But.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that whole season much, It was because that was the year the whole pandemic and everything. COVID hit.
Yep.
That was the first year that we went to Cannonsburg, Michigan.
Yeah, we got like 3 practices in.
Yeah,
and, like,
the sport class was on the line,
yeah.
and they pulled the plug, which kind of really sucked.
That was a lot of wasted money. I felt bad for everybody that had to drive all the rigs out there, and it's like, well, turn around and go home.
Yeah, for real. I know. I was nervous that whole weekend because it's like, I don't even know what the hell's going on, and I was still living in New York at the time. I was still, still living there. So going back and forth, flying, it was like, are they going to shut down the flights?
Right.
Or am I going to have to drive? So I got back. I was working with the Woodies at the time. That was my second season with them. And I was like, I better book a flight right now before something happens. Yeah. And I left that Wednesday. I think on Tuesday or Wednesday I left. I went back home, and it was like, shit hit the fan.
End of the world. Yeah. End of the world pretty much.
Yeah. Everybody was freaking out.
Yeah. No, that was bad. Yeah. I got stranded in Michigan. Everybody else got flights out that night. It was, or Friday. Was it Friday? I think that first day we raced. It must have been Friday.
Oh, it was definitely Friday.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was a odd day for a race or whatever. But yeah, everybody got their flights booked or changed to that night. And I wasn't working with the crew at that point because they had a bunch of East Coast guys that were going to come out and do it. And, it's cheaper for them to come out. So I just booked a random flight to come out and just hang out with everybody. And then people ended up finding out, and then I just ended up working instead. And by the time I tried to change my flight with Delta, they're like, "Oh, we don't have any flights till your scheduled one that you have already." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So literally,
oh no.
Yeah, Amy Mativa, she used to work for FXR Mobile Medical. She thankfully let me stay at her place with her kids. So that was
because she lives in Michigan, right?
Yeah, yeah, right by University of Michigan, actually.
Wow, that's
so. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. We got to go look at the stadium and drive around Michigan. So I mean, it was fun. It wasn't like it was a wasted trip, but yeah, it sucked being stranded there for 2 more days. So
yeah, that absolutely sucks.
Yeah,
that absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
So last season was your first season doing Champ Off-Road, right?
Yeah. So I never really I knew of Champ Off-Road, but I never really was big into it. I would watch a couple races, and people would try to talk about Pro 4s and Pro 2s to me, and I'm like, oh, just not in my head because I'm like, oh,
yeah, it's so foreign to you.
Yeah, and I knew a couple of the big racers like the Greaves and Kincaid and Carlson, but other than that, it was super foreign to me. And then Carl Shabitsky called me up and asked if I wanted to work ops crew for the summer, and I was like, well, I don't really know anything about the sport, but if you just need help setting stuff up and doing whatever, then yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, I was super, super grateful that I got that opportunity because I mean, granted, I've only been doing it for 1 year, but like just the amount of knowledge that I learned over this last year was crazy. Especially with Nolan Castellian. I don't know. I probably just butchered his name. I butchered your last name, Nolan. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think it's Castellian.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. So he was doing a little bit of announcing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So but that kid's like a thesaurus with off-road. Like,
yeah. Isn't he like a taller guy, kind of thin?
Yeah, taller dude. He's from Crandon originally. So I mean, anything Crandon, and I think anything off-road in general. Like you ask the kid.
Yeah.
Like I think you could be like, okay, who won Pro 4 and Pro 2 on June 8th, 2014, and he could tell you who finished 1st through 10th, I think. So,
jeez.
Yeah, no, it was super cool getting to like meet him and kind of build a friendship with him and learn some of that stuff. So, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this summer and being around it more. So,
yeah, it's definitely exciting.
Yeah,
What would you say you enjoy more? I get the question a lot of what I enjoy more. It's like motocross, snowcross, or Champ Off-Road, but like from your point of view, what do you enjoy more?
I mean, off-road was crazy, just like getting thrown into it last summer. But I think I gotta say that like I'm tried and true snowcross.
Yeah.
Because I've been around that since I was just a little kid, going to races and watching everybody. So I think that's kind of where my heart is for like that's my soft spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, off-road too is, I'd say, only doing it 1 year. It's right next to it. Like,
yeah, it's exciting.
I like being warm in the summer too. So that's the other plus. Not in Fargo when it's negative.
Oh my
600.
God. I know it's so dumb how cold that race gets.
No matter when. I think you could do it in June and it'd still be negative 25 out. So,
yeah. our buddy Tom, he texted me right after the season, like maybe 2 weeks later, and they were getting dumped.
Yeah.
They're having snow.
Yeah.
Within the end of snowcross season, it's like, well, here in Minnesota, it's freaking melted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was in Nashville. When was it? Like 2-3 weeks ago when we had that heat wave of like 80 degrees for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And the day after or something like that, it snowed like 9 inches.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we didn't get anything back here. But
right? Why do you even live in Fargo, dude?
I ask him that every time I see him. I'm like, Tom.
Yeah.
Elk River area is so much nicer than Fargo. Like,
right? Yeah, and you're not living in a wind tunnel either.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom, that you live in Fargo.
Grow some trees. Plant some trees in your yard.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Get some mountains in there too, because it is very
It's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice venue though. I mean, I love the track. I just hate how cold it gets there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, even if we did it earlier in the season or
Mm-hmm.
later on, I think Mother Nature is just gonna follow the trend of like, oh, snowcross is coming into town. We're just gonna
We're gonna make it cold as balls.
yeah.
Windier than hell. But I don't know. I liked having it as the first race because it's more of a. I mean, so many of our riders are from the Midwest and like around here, so it's almost like going to Duluth at the start of the season. So it's not a terrible drive for everybody. I mean, I know there's some teams that obviously there's a lot of people from Canada and East Coast, but not as many as around here. So I think it's a nice little home
like
race,
medium,
almost.
yeah.
For everybody to start off at. So
I definitely agree. It is a good starting point. I wish they would bring back Duluth because it was like very historic.
Yeah.
Great racing. The downhill kind of sucked, but it was like technique wise. You know.
And I've never worked Duluth. I've only ever been up to it to watch races, but that was way long ago when I was.
Was that like the Hibbert?
10 or 11? Yeah, Hibbert area. Yeah, I was a T-Train kid for sure. That's Yep.
Wow, you're totally geeking out then.
Oh yeah. Like you'd always wait till he got done with the races, and he always did the autograph session after, and just geeking out the whole time, fangirling the whole time.
That's all right. We all go through that phase. I still do that sometimes, and I'm a media guy. And I get to see these guys. You know what I mean? Like even when I was doing the interview with Robbie, it was like, holy crap! I get to sit next to this guy. I even told him after the podcast, it's like, dude, I get to sit next to a legend and do this stuff with you. It's really cool. And he had like his old Skidoo panels when he was with Shearings and his Yamaha panels, and he had like this cutout of him holding a Fox shock from Shearing. I think when he got on the podium, it was pretty rad.
Yeah, I got to know him a little bit more this past year. Just kind of hanging out on either Thursday nights before the races or stuff like that. But yeah, he's a super knowledgeable guy to snowcross, and it's huge that he's came back and was doing track design now, and I think it's massive that you get that racer's perspective or racer's mind into building tracks instead of just having a groomer operator
going out there
draw something up and go build something. So I don't know, that's massive that he's back in the sport with us and now announcing too. So,
it's definitely a benefit in the sport because we can only go up from here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Chris Hockey and the other guy, they did great. And I feel like the announcing.
I don't even remember the other guy's name.
Yeah, me neither. I think Chris Hockey was the shorter guy, and Mike something. Was the kind of he made music or something like that.
Analyst guy or whatever.
I don't know. I think he started a band or something like that.
Well, Chris Hockey has the band.
Oh, Chris Hockey.
Yeah, he's got the band.
Mike is the other guy.
Yep.
So I'm probably getting flip-flop. But anyways, yeah. It's like we need announcers that are, knowledgeable of the sport. They did really, really good. Yeah. And having Robbie and also having Haley Sheenley in there too. She's super, super good.
Yeah, I think you could throw Haley into any sport that you wanted to have covered, and she would just pick up on it, like,
for sure,
snap of your fingers. Like, she knows so much about just anything with a motor. It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, it's big having her, and now she's with Supercross too, that's awesome.
Even better.
It's an awesome opportunity for her. So yeah, no, that's cool. That's really cool though.
Yeah, when I did the first episode with Chasing Winter, you guys should check that out. Go on our YouTube page, Chasing Winter. It's a whole document series on snowcross, behind the scenes stuff, all the drama. It's great.
All the drama.
Yeah, all the drama. You know, between all finish, cheering, Warner, everybody. It's really good.
And not even all pro people too.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You got a couple of the up and comers, so to say, on there too, which is, you know, everybody kind of gets their little 10 minutes of fame, so to say. So yeah, no, it's cool.
Just like the podcast, I kind of want to give everybody a little bit of limelight, because I feel like the amateurs kind of lack that a little bit, you know. Yeah. And that's the whole premise of this podcast. Like I said in episode 1, is everybody kind of deserves to get that limelight, and just giving them a platform to speak on, because where's Tim Tremblay? You guys don't hear about him at all. He doesn't post anything on social media after his retirement from even motocross, because that's what he did after snowcross. Yeah. And training people, coming here to the States, you don't hear shit from that guy.
No, you don't hear anything.
You know, I'm in contact with him a little bit, but it's not very extensive, you know, and it kind of sucks, because these old pros need to be more involved in the sport, in my opinion, as a whole. Because it's like these up and comers now, right? You know, even the guys in sport, pro light. I'm sure Elias looked up to Tim Tremblay at one point, and it's like these guys are all gone.
Yeah,
you need that knowledge.
Yeah, it's like they kind of just vanished. Yeah, I don't want to just say they just, you know, like up and left the sport. I mean, like Tucker kind of did. He just kind of retired and
gone.
He's mountain biking now or whatever.
Something.
Whatever the hell he's doing, I don't know.
Enjoying family time.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, after you're committed to that sport for so long, you almost can't blame him for, you know, taking a little bit of a break. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some of those people like back in action and around the pits, just to, you know, talk to, or you know, get advice from. If you're a rider, you know, be like, I don't know, some riders go through slumps or whatever. You know, you're having a bad start to your season and you're either wrecking a bunch or just getting unfortunate luck. You know, it's nice to have those people that you can look upon to for advice of, like, you know, what did you do when you were having a situation similar to this? And I don't know.
I definitely agree. That kind of insight is really good, and even as like a mentor standpoint of view, it's good, because you look at like Ricky Carmichael in motocross and super. He's a mentor to a lot of these people, and that's a good benefit, because these young kids just want to go out there. Right. You know, they don't have control of emotions, or something bad happens on the track. It's like you need that knowledge.
And I think the team that utilizes that the most is Team La Valley, with having Kyle still around.
Absolutely.
With having him around and like being a mentor to Riley and Adam, that's huge for them. Yeah. So I mean, good on him for staying around the sport, but I could kind of tell when he said he was retiring, I'm like, yeah, he's still on the edge, I feel like, of wanting to race. But no, it's awesome to see him around at the racetrack too, Senior Smiley. So
yeah, he's definitely a good one to have around still.
And he'll always talk to you. I mean, even if he's out, you know, looking at lines on the track before pro light or pro finals or just heat races, like he's always down to talk and just have a good time. So yeah.
For sure. And like I was saying, the Chasing Winter series, it's like, I want to take that to a whole new level. I want to go over to Europe. I want to go to Canada. Yeah. I want to get those people involved. Like my, just a quick drop. My next episode, or my next season, is going to be kind of geared towards that. You know, having interviews with more mechanics, more team managers, past riders. Yeah. And just kind of getting their story, because I don't want it to just be about riders. Yeah. You know.
And hopefully you can go to like Valcourt again. And get a lot of footage up there, because I know. Yeah, well, you probably haven't been there since COVID.
Yeah, the year before COVID, I think I went. That was the last year I went, I believe.
Yeah. So I think this past season was the first year they had it since COVID, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they kept pushing it back. Right. Because there were, you know, the restrictions in Canada are definitely a little bit more tight than here in the States.
Yeah, definitely.
Which kind of sucks, because
tough to get riders over here too.
Yeah, you know, closing the borders and stuff. They didn't have those open for a long time. And you had to have that whole, you know, vaccine passport, whatever. I don't really want to go into that politics. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, going over to Canada and seeing that stuff would be definitely really, really cool. I have a whole bunch of friends in Canada, and you know, a lot of my social media following is through Canada. Yeah. You know, so to get that kind of side of it would be really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely kind of a different perspective, or even like covering, you know, the differences between Amsoil Championship Snowcross and, you know, the Rockstar CSRA series up there. You know, I know there's definitely, I think, a little bit of a talent difference between the two series, but I don't know. It looks like they have a cool series up there too. They do like side-by-side racing during their races too. So I don't know. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do a lot. I heard I don't want to throw any official rumors out there. You know, all rumors aren't real until there's a press release.
Proven,
I say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've heard that there's a couple things going on with CSRA that they might not be around.
Oh.
Or maybe the Dirt Bike National Series there is going to buy the Snowcross Series.
Interesting.
And kind of take it in their own hands, which would be really cool because that whole series, the Dirt Bike National Series, is like us here in the U.S., you know, the Pro Motocross Series.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of more, you know, they have everything to a book. They know what to do, what not to do. You know, it's very more developed and they have a lot more people involved.
Right.
I do believe that the CSRA is only run by like 2 people.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Snowcross here, you know. We have John Daniels that owns Snowcross, but then we got Carl Shabinsky that kind of runs the operation day to day,
right? Finding
all that stuff. But yeah, CSRA. I hope it doesn't go away. I hope it's, you know, because there's a lot of talent, like you said there.
Yeah, I mean, any form of snowmobile racing is good for the sport as a entirety. So I mean,
absolutely, and personality wise.
Yeah, definitely. But hopefully that's not true. But hopefully it doesn't fold and. Hopefully there's still a strong series up in Canada. So
for sure, those guys need a place to ride just like us.
Yeah,
you know,
and they don't want to spend a whole season down in the United States.
No, you know, that's a lot of travel time. That's a lot of time away from family, and you know, a lot of sacrifice. Definitely. Just like any of these top pros, like Tim Tremblay, L.A. Shul, anybody that comes over to Europe or Canada, it's like a lot of time. Yeah, you got to be dedicated.
Yeah,
to want to race here.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. Which I give all props to those guys. Because it is a lot. Ellie stays here full time. He only goes home for Christmas and New Year's, and maybe
I'm not sure.
Once. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and then he's racing over at the World Championships right now too.
Yeah, what did he just get second? I believe to Aki.
Second, yeah, to Aki. I don't know how that worked. They did like a 2 final format, so I don't know if it was kind of like Triple Crown.
Okay.
But because it looked like I was looking at results, I was trying to find. Just see anything because Riley Bester was over there racing.
Yeah,
I thought Peterson was going to be racing over there too. I thought I saw him.
He had a stud there.
Yeah, but I like looked through all the finals and things like that, and I didn't see even like qualifying. I didn't see anything on
Maybe
him.
He pulled out last minute.
So I don't know. Yeah, whether it be injury, hopefully not, or just something else. But I mean, at least he was over there to support Riley.
Right.
He did okay, middle of the pack. I know like first race he had. He got caught up in like a crash or something like that, and then had a mechanical issue, so he got like 14th in the first race. But then I think he finished like 7th, middle of the pack, in the second final. So I mean, good for him. He's gonna be a menace. In the pro class next year. So
what do you think? That was kind of one of the rumors is that he's going pro.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
you think it's time?
I don't know. I want to see him win a pro light championship, but
that's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, like the pro class really needs riders. Like nobody wants to watch 6 sleds in a final or a triple, which is good that we brought the Triple Crown into play because like before that, what was the really bad one? Like the New York the supposed to be New York race that was at ERX, and we had pro heats at like 3 and 5 sleds. At a time. It's like, who wants to watch this? It's just a practice session, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but yeah, red ball syndrome there for a second. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to Aki Pillai and Elias. Yeah, it had to have been like a most points or something like that wins because they were tied in points, but I know Aki won the second final, so then that put him on top of Elias.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that worked, but
me neither. The FIM is different.
I mean, it just shows that Pillai is still
he's
still around to play. Yeah, he's still around to play. That's for sure.
He got 2 podiums this past season in snowcross. He did
think
it
so.
The second
Sioux Falls, I think he got a podium.
Yeah. It was when the Triple Crown was around. I think it was the second ERX he got on the podium. And then there was another time that he got on the podium, but there were thirds.
Yeah, because I think Adam Peterson got docked in Sioux Falls, and I think that pushed Ply
That's right.
onto a third place.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
I
was.
remember seeing Green Mountain put out a press release saying, or they kind of put they put the picture where he was like kind of.
Yeah, or it wasn't like a picture of Adam and then they like slapped Aki's face.
Yeah, something.
I was like, oh, not trying to start any beef, but yeah,
right?
That was unfortunate for Adam, but.
Yeah. What did he do? He came off the track.
I think we said that he didn't look on re-entry.
That's right.
But I don't want to get into it too much because I can't sound biased as like a track official and things like that. I can't. I can't say that I like favor one rider over the other or something like that.
Right. It just sucks either way.
It's probably a bad look, but
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
For
it's
sure.
Racing. You know, you got to be aware of your surroundings when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I think Aki will be back next season.
I do too. Yeah, if he's not with Green Mountain, I think he's still.
What if he goes back to the old team that he was on?
Boss Racing.
Yeah,
could.
Because I know that they're
looking to expand.
Yeah.
I know. Because is it still what's his name, Gary? That owns the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was with them when they were Boss Racing with Jimmy Johns, I think.
Yep. Yeah. He was
right?
the owner of the team. He's the owner of the team.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Aki and Elias, I think, on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd be big for Boss to re-sign him. I'm pretty sure they're gonna run all Skidoo next year. I don't know what their deal is with Trent and Articat.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing that Trent, this was his last year on an Articat, and he's gonna be going to Skidoo.
Okay.
Just like everybody else, but
that kind of surprised me too. I was surprised that Skidoo would let them run a different sled out of the same trailer. So I don't know. I never heard more on that topic, but.
Well, I know some insight on that whole team is that Gary and Steve Dick from West Coast Customs Racing are really close.
Okay.
And Steve was trying to get Gary to go to Skidoo and get Aki on the team originally.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
But they couldn't pull the funding to get Aki on that team, so then he had to go to Green Mountain.
Okay.
So there was a lot of what ifs and a lot of things floating around with that whole situation. But either way, I don't think their team, the True North Boss Racing,
right?
I don't think they're official Skidoo yet. Back.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, but I think wherever he lands might be a little odd because he's like a engineer for Lynx. So
yeah,
like they Green Mountain, I'm pretty sure, just kind of gave him the sled and was like, okay, well, whatever you want to do with it, go ahead and do it. And
right.
You know more about the sled than we do, so.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you what to change.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to tell a Lynx or Skidoo engineer
what's
wrong with his sled. Probably not the greatest idea.
No, absolutely not. Because I've heard through the series that Aki is like Skidoo's baby child.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Next to Elias, which makes sense because he stays on Skidoo.
He's not bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. And when he was with Thien and I was working with Thien, it was like Skidoo spent a lot of money to get him over here.
Right. They got they got their hand and heavily invested into that.
Yeah, which just tells you how much Skidoo really loves the sport, as a whole, and they're willing to do whatever to support their riders.
Yeah, for sure,
as a whole, which is really good.
Yeah,
the sport needs that. I think from any kind of support, factory team, factory level team, they need that.
Yeah, and I didn't think this past year with racing, I didn't think that obviously Skidoo was still sitting on the top of everything, but I thought Polaris had a way better year this past year than they did the year before.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Cody Cam, for example. Like,
oh, dude, coming out swinging.
Oh, yeah. He was. Yeah, I know there was a lot of confusion with that Sunday with the final race, or missing the white flag and.
Oh yeah, he was giving Beach Ball the look back or something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him. Like, they were both confused, but we had radio issues. So like we were getting told from up top when to pull, because I think we were at timed races already.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were getting told when to pull, 2 to go, or halfway 2 to go, and then the white flag, and somebody must have had their button clicked in, so
Uh-huh.
you couldn't hear anybody. And like
Oh, no.
I'm across from beach ball on that triple in the front where Har absolutely just launched it.
Oh, doing the quad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was rocket man in it, but yeah. So I was behind him.
Quad father right there.
Yeah, and I'm like waving at beach ball, like trying to pick up snow and like white flag. But yeah, it stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's human error, but we got over it.
It happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
Mhm.
Nobody's perfect, right?
Not by a long shot. Not me,
But
especially.
it didn't help Cam by any means.
No, definitely
Which kind
not.
of sucks.
And whether or not he would have caught back up to Elias on one more lap, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or if something would have.
Well, did Elias pass Cam before the white flag, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like
It was
2 or 3 laps to go.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw the pass happen.
yeah. So
He snuck on the inside and just like kind of pushed Cam out.
yeah. So, and you never know if they go one more lap and Cody wants that extra 10 grand. Does it get dirty or
a little dicey
but,
out there.
Yeah. Not saying that either of them are dirty riders, but
Right.
yeah, you never know.
Money's money, right?
Yeah.
Money
10 grand's a lot of money. 10 grand's a lot of money.
he was coming out of that weekend looking hot.
For sure.
Very hot, and he really came out smoking.
Yeah.
And like yesterday when I was doing the interview with Robbie, we were kind of talking about that snowcross is it's getting very, like, in my sense, not very professional anymore. It's getting more personable and getting more friendly. Like these riders are being more friendly with each other.
Yeah.
And I told Robbie, for an example, Daniel Benham, you don't ever see that guy going into the pit area and talking to other riders or going into the fan stands and, doing all that stuff. He'll go to autograph signings if he has to, but that's the only time that you see that guy out of that trailer.
Right.
Or even just to go racing. You know what I mean? So, like, all the mechanics are very friendly and stuff like that. And I wish the sport would have a little bit more of a rivalry in a sense.
Yeah.
Like the Cody Cam, I put out a post.
Like the Cody Cam Hibbert.
Kind of like
battle.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
But just like having more, like, I wouldn't say necessarily trash talking, but like, like I said, a rivalry of like, all right, I'm coming after you next race.
Oh, right.
You better go for it. Or I'm gonna, blow past you.
Way,
yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna push you out of the way and make sure I'm gonna take this win. So kind of something like that, because I feel like it's getting a little soft.
It's getting.
People.
Yeah.
I like that people want personality in the sport. It's good. It's like the podcast, all the media and stuff like that. But where's the badassness into the sport?
Yeah.
Like it was where Ross Martin would go out and set a faster lap time in qualifying than Hibbert.
Yeah.
But then Hibbert would come
back at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So stuff like that, I feel like needs to be back in the sport.
Yeah.
Don't be so easy on these riders of like, okay, if you intentionally come into a guy and not necessarily take him out, but like kind of give him a shove, don't give the guy a black flag.
Yeah. Let him know he's there.
Yeah.
And I know we try to do that. Like obviously, like me not being a race director during the snowcross season, I don't, we'll say if we see something, but ultimately it's not up to us to call a black flag or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's either going to be on Bobby or Jesse, or would have been Scotty, but then stuff happened, so then he wasn't with us for the last half of the season. But or even Carl. So, and usually if we saw him, we're like, well, I don't really know, because there's a couple guys on the track that are new every week. And we only get like our set of really, really good flaggers for like ERX and I wouldn't even say Fargo. Like Iowa, the last weekend in Iowa, we had a really good set of guys that have all been experienced in doing it. So like you can kind of trust that those guys are going to make a better call than what this is this kid's second weekend ever at a race and he's trying to call black flags and stuff like that. And you're like, slow down, shooter. Like, we don't
you jumping the gun too much.
Yeah, well, especially if you get, I wouldn't even say pro light and pro, like if even in like a sport race or a sport light race, like that, if you call a black flag, that's massive.
Yeah, big time.
It can potentially be, if you're a back of the pack rider, whatever. But if you're top rider and call black flag on you for something, it was probably questionable.
Yeah.
That can be pretty massive. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I don't I don't want to get into it like too much because I can be like, well, there's calls I agree with, calls that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Calls that I think should have happened maybe, and nothing ever materialized of it because nobody had great eyes on it or something like that.
Right.
You know, so it's all kind of at whoever's calling its discretion to talk to a race director, and then they kind of take it from there.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see that side of it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But nevertheless, like I said, I think there needs to be a little bit more drama.
Yeah.
You know, create it. Because as a media person, like that's what I kind of want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I've done it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to step on too many toes because I don't want there to be too much backlash, but it's like that's the stuff that people enjoy.
No, I like when you'll make content that like pokes at stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it riles people up sometimes.
Yeah, it kind of gets the conversation going.
They're like whoever runs the Snowcross memes page.
Oh yeah, please show your face because we're trying to get at you. If it's you, Alex Fortune, please just leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have an idea of who runs it, but I don't want to.
You don't want to.
I don't want to out him. I don't want to. We'll do it off the podcast. We'll spill the beans. But yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, that guy or girl, I should say.
It. Maybe it's aliens. Who knows?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, but yeah, that I think having that meme page. I mean, a lot of like employees at Snowcross and higher up officials probably don't like it because it can be a little much. It can be a little too much at times, but I don't know. I think all the stuff that they post is funny.
Yeah, it definitely is. I get a laugh at it. They even put me on there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I must not have seen it.
Yeah, it was a Jeffrey Dahmer one.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer was
when he's like doing the video and he's like, I
yeah,
just want to take some pictures or whatever.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that until they tagged me in it. And I was like, oh man, that's good.
You should go as him for Halloween then.
I know, right?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I got the glasses, man. I got the glasses. I got the flannel.
Not saying you fit the part.
Yeah, I know. My skin complexion is a little darker. You know, a little more chocolate than he is. I think I'd have to dye my hair blonde too.
Yeah. There's wigs for it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, no, I think controversy in the sport is. I mean, you look at Supercross too. Like, just with people obviously don't all like each other in the sport of Supercross, and obviously that's a way bigger scale than what Snowcross is. But you know,
we only race 4 months out of the season. They race, you know.
Yeah, well, whatever now with the new format that they have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think fans dig that stuff. They eat that up. You know, it's
for sure.
Any controversy there is, it's good controversy. So.
Yeah. What do they say? Good publicity is really good, and bad publicity is even better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
I can't even talk.
I know, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, either way, I've had a lot of kickback from some of the stuff that I post. A couple of the videos with Logan Christian and why can't I think of his name?
What number?
Hunter Patnod.
Oh, okay.
You know, doing the Step Brothers videos and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really funny, and they were like, "You got to keep doing that."
Did you ever see the picture? We were down in Iowa for the finale. We went to that bar, Oddfellows, and there was a picture of Step Brothers, and they recreated the picture.
No,
I don't remember. I think it's on. I thought it was on Hunter or Logan's Instagram, but
really,
oh my god, it was super funny.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta find that picture then. That's fun. Did they post it on their actual profile, or was it a story?
Yeah, I think it was like I think it was an actual post.
Okay.
Like just from the night or whatever, or the season. I don't remember. But yeah, I thought it was.
That's funny.
I'll have to find it for us after.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Logan retiring?
I don't want to say like.
I think it's controversial.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't want to say like, it's probably his time to retire.
Yeah.
But I think he just bad luck this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He probably would have done better if he stayed with Articat, I think, in my opinion. Not saying that, I mean, Shearing's they're top notch with Skidoo too. I mean, Steve Shearing, that guy's a master with anything with a motor in it as well. And I don't know. I mean, it was good for him to try something new with moving brands, and not saying he didn't have success. Like, you
get on the podium.
Yeah, this year maybe not as much as he would have liked, but the year before, like, he did really good.
Yeah.
So
he was either a lot of top fours right off the podium, or right outside the podium, and a couple on the podium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the official numbers were, but or where, I can't remember where he would have finished in point standings. Not this past year, but the year before. But
I think he was like top 5.
Could have been. Yeah, I guess I don't know off the top of my head, or can't remember. I don't even remember what I had for lunch today, to be honest. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think, well, with him he's got kind of a brand new kid, doesn't he? Like, just have a kid within the last year or two.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think that's kind of the same with the whole Link in the Mew thing.
Yeah.
True. Getting up there in age. Not saying he's old, but you gotta think about your family too. Yeah. I mean, racing's everything, but you want to still make sure.
It's not everything.
Yeah, I should say that. Yeah, it is.
It's a big part of your life when you've been doing it when you're such a young age. Mm-hmm. Just like Hibbert went in, I don't even know how many titles, I think 12 or something in snowcross.
Something like that.
And a couple in X Games. But to do it for that amount of time, it does get too monotonous. And it's like, all right.
You got to think about your family at the same time.
At some point, you got to kind of relax a little bit. And life isn't just about racing.
Yeah, and who knows? Like, we don't even know what his plans are now. If he said I saw in his post he plans on being around the sport somewhat. Who knows to what extent that is? If he's
maybe a mentor like Kyle Plain, which would be really cool.
Who knows? Maybe Shearing's keep him around, and he's just either a ride coach with Hunter or for Hunter, or even bringing up some of the younger kids for Shearing. I don't know if LaValle will still be around next year, or if Shearing signs on somebody else. I'm assuming they probably will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I think it's anytime a pro rider comes back to do anything, like we already said, it's huge if they're around.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what do you think about all those posts that Steve is posting with that
under that tent?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. No. I don't know if it's something that they're getting ready for off-road or something that they're working on for next year. I originally thought it was maybe something to do with mod sleds, but
did you see the post of that exhaust, that custom cone pipe?
No.
Yeah, it was 2 pipes, custom. Sitting next to the box. He panned up to the box from the exhaust.
Oh, really?
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I also heard a rumor that there is going to be something with a pro mod sled.
It's,
a semi-pro mod sled, not a full mod sled, like full chassis development R&D.
It's just too expensive.
It is too expensive,
realistically.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple team owners like Juddy, and he's like, it is way too expensive.
Yeah,
you got to do custom cone pipes. You got to do clutching, engine work. You got to make sure you have the proper braces because the sleds are going to be, so much more fragile.
Yeah, it's the whole 9 yards. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you get into a mod class, you got to spend the money if you want to win.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't. I love the mods. I love the raw sound of them. I don't like the ear bleeder sounds that we have now. Yeah. It really hurts.
The Skidoos are insanely loud.
Yeah, and I feel like the Polaris are getting even louder now. Yeah. The Cats are kind of a little bit more tamed. Maybe that's, they want to keep the power more mid, but I'm not, no R&D or mechanic or any of that kind of type of stuff. But
I'd be the last guy to ask about it.
Exactly, me too. Stuff, I have a small engines degree, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can work on freaking lawnmowers and jet skis or whatever, but
I just ride on 90s sleds. That's how I ride.
You know what I mean?
Don't ask for advice from me. I just ride ditch bangers. So
yeah. And that was a blast to be there, right? For the ERX
the Ditch Banger National. Yeah, that's that was the first ever form of racing I ever got into.
Holy crap.
So that was an experience to say the least. I didn't know what to expect. I knew that there was probably going to be a ton of people there, which there were. Like, I think in just I raced sport because obviously it was my first time racing, and I think there had to have been like 100 guys in just the sport class.
That's insane.
And so like heats were like 30 sleds, I think.
Yeah. Holy crap! So you had to really,
carnage, just carnage. Like
you had to get a whole shot.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the thing that kind of sucked was, hopefully something that change for next year is the staging for it. So say your rider number was number 1, well, you got the first pick in your heat.
What?
Yeah. So if your rider number was number 1, because they just went down, went down the sheet and was like, okay, 1 through 26, cut it off. That's one race. Do it again. Yeah. So
they based it off a rider number.
Yeah. So we got like second.
Oh, that's screwed up.
Yeah. So we got like second, third row every time, and we'd be behind somebody with a freaking luggage rack on the back of their sled, and it's like they're slow off the line because their sled's bogging like crazy, and then I run into them, and then somebody just ass rams me.
Oh my god.
We went through like 3 taillights. It was 1 per race.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just from people.
I guess you should have called the factory Polaris trailer in.
I should have. Yeah. Well, we were racing Arctic Cat. We had
Arctic Cat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Arctic Cat rig. I'll finish.
The ditch pickle.
You guys. Yeah. You guys need to come and do the ditch bang.
Yeah. If you guys. Yeah. I'll finish. If you need a pro ditch panger. Don't call me because I'm terrible at it.
Oh my god. Yeah. You'll be going through taillights like the whole race.
Yeah. But we kept her upright, so
I guess 69 wasn't a good number to pick.
That was the only number they had left.
69. No way.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We just thought it'd be funny. Everybody gets a giggle out of it.
Dude, that gear was sick though.
Yeah. And thanks for hooking me up. And
absolutely.
We had the factory or Narc Media factory ride on on the thing. Maybe we'll insert a picture of it. Right.
Yeah. We'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, that was some sick gear. And yeah, I found out the hard way that I am in no shape to be an action sports rider of any sort. Like riding a pit bike's different, but when you get on a snowcross track, not saying that was a snowcross track. I mean, it was, but it was super tame.
Yeah. Very flat until it gets really rough.
Well, yeah, that, and then like they weren't grooming every race, so like we were like the 3rd race out. So like, yeah, they groomed the 2nd and 4th race. So like the 3rd race out was just so bumped out. It was terrible. Like
you had to be feeling that the next day.
I woke up and I thought I got hit by a truck. Like it was, I didn't get out of bed all day. I lost like 6 pounds racing.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
dude.
it was gnarly. But we're still gonna come back and do it next year.
Oh my god!
Hopefully we'll get Joey to do it next year too.
That'd be sweet.
So a little bit of cousin on cousin action.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
We'll probably just try and take each other out though.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Who cares about the race?
He'll be 96 and you'll be 69.
Yeah, he'll be Showtime Shubitsky. I think that was his number, 96. Well, his number was 69 for a while, I think, and then I don't know if when he went pro, it wasn't a very good PR move.
Oh, yeah, so probably not.
So then he went 96, I think.
Yeah,
I think you're
right about that.
To my knowledge, so, but yeah.
That's funny. Every single year I miss a ditch banger.
I know.
I want to go.
I know.
And it's always one of the regional races is on that weekend, so it's like, God.
Yeah, and you got people to shoot for.
Yeah, so, yeah. It kind of sucks. Maybe next season I'll hire somebody to do the regionals for me, and I could go to the ditch banger.
Yeah, we definitely need a little bit more of an improvement on our GoPro shooting. Like you gave us the GoPro or whatever to shoot, and like we'd be like dinking around in staging. So like we'd turn on the
the GoPro.
Train of thought, yeah, GoPro.
Yeah.
And we'd be dinking around in staging and talking or whatever, and then by the time we forgot we had the thing recording, we'd have to go onto the track, and I'd be like, "Oh, Joey, hit the button so we can start recording." Off. Nothing for the race at all.
That sucks.
Yeah, so we got to get a little bit better. A little bit better at that.
I guess I'll just have to write down instructions for you.
That's
guys.
That's why I leave it to you.
Yeah.
To get all the footage, because I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, you just want to ride the sled and have some fun.
Exactly.
But what you did capture was pretty funny. I was reviewing the content when you gave it to me, and I have yet to put the video together. I was just so stacked.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, especially now with taking on the vlog or podcast.
Yeah,
you're probably getting ready for off road, and you're probably doing.
Yeah, I got a shit
motocross and watercross, and
yeah,
I'm sure you're just stacked already.
I'm trying to put my foot in a lot of different avenues, but it's time consuming nonetheless.
Yeah, no, totally.
But it's fun.
Yeah,
it keeps my mind off. Off going off the rails.
Well, I think any weekend at a racetrack is a good weekend. So.
Oh, for sure. I love snowcross. I love Champ Off Road. It's just a good time. nevertheless, working with all the clients and stuff like that, seeing you at the track.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of which, the whole NARC media thing.
Yeah.
I have it written down here.
Yeah, we kind of got sidetracked from the whole.
It's okay.
From the agenda, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
We're kind of leading down to.
We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. So, from my recollection, and a lot of people do ask me because I do have the stickers on my camera cases and my van. If you guys do see the van, take a picture, send it to me, tag me, and I'll send you a free T-shirt.
I'm gonna do that when I go outside.
Well, you don't know what garage I am.
That one right there.
Put a hole in my freaking wall here.
Chip the paint. Just cover it up
right?
Yeah.
Put your gum over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did we come up with NARC Media?
So, I shouldn't say you and Tom. Apparently there's more beef in the video and photo side of the sport than I thought there was.
There is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember a certain other production company.
We won't
name them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know the full extent of the story. I think, I don't know, were we posting like Donald Trump and mean tweets? I don't know, what were we doing? I don't even remember.
So,
or like they were doing something at a race, like using flash or something like that at night, and
well, from my point of view, this person, I won't say names, I won't say companies, or I won't say anything like that, but this person had a partner, and that partner wasn't abiding by the rules.
That's right.
From snowcross.
That's what it was.
They weren't wearing a tech vest. They weren't wearing a media vest out on the track. And
when you're dumb if you don't wear a tech vest out on the track.
I know,
right?
You're
stupid.
Yeah, like that thing is like, I don't feel safe without it on the track.
I mean, not like we wear much out on the track, but like,
right.
I'd rather get hit by a sled with a tech vest on, even though it's probably not going to do a whole lot. But
yeah, it's like going freaking 40 miles an hour and hitting you in the chest. You might
keep a stud out of your heart or your back or
something.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't
studs.
know. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Either way, this person had another person with them, and I was like, you're not obeying the rules, and I'm not gonna sit here and enforce rules, but I think you should follow them, because they're in place for not just your safety, but for insurance policies and stuff like that.
With ISR and
exactly. Snowcross, it's huge, because if somebody gets hurt, it's like media's done.
No bueno.
No.
Yeah, no bueno.
And that's a big lawsuit for not even just snowcross, but everybody. Puts my job in jeopardy. Me going onto the track and working for my clients and stuff like that.
Getting the access that you get.
Exactly. And it would put a damper on me. So one of the guys that works for snowcross, I told him, and I was like, that this guy's on the track without anything. So he goes up to him and he's like, I just kicked him off because he wasn't wearing a tech vest.
Right.
And he was over by the Makita Tower. So then later on that night, the guy goes back onto the track by the podium, and I'm like, dude, you can't be on the track. Even if you're at the podium, you got to have a tech vest on. You know what I mean? So nevertheless, later on, or after the weekend, I should say, I posted a video of Carson Allreed, and the person that we're talking about, he commented on my post of Carson Allreed, and he called me a narc. Then he called me a Gestapo.
Yeah.
Or no. So Tom goes up to this person, and he's like, what is going on with you and Josh? Yeah. And he's like, well, he's being a total Gestapo, And I'm like, what the heck is a Gestapo? So I Googled it, and it's a German police officer. So I guess I'm a German police officer.
From like World War II.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
What that one guy over there?
Yeah.
World War I or II? I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, it just kind of got to a point where it's like, I kind of have to laugh at this because it's funny.
And then we kind of made a joke out of it.
Yeah, and then we started an Instagram, Facebook page.
Yeah, we had the mentality of kind of trying to like make that blow up like C-Boys TV, and then
I just never got there. I got too busy. Tom got too busy.
Yeah.
You got busy.
We thought we posted a funny video, but apparently I'm not funny. So.
Well, your porta potty videos are pretty funny.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk about those. We don't gotta talk about those. There's the post race.
Yeah. Something.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But if you guys want to...
That's the rated R version of the podcast. We'll put one of those out sometime. Yeah. Anyway.
Follow our OnlyFans if you want to see the rated R version of this podcast. We don't have an OnlyFans, by the way.
Never mind.
Feet Pics over here does.
No. Feet
But
finder.
yeah, Feet Finder.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's my recollection of Narc Media, and
and then
it kind of just turned into a gag joke.
Yeah.
I made stickers. I gave one to you.
Oh, I got them on my truck.
Handful, and I gave it to Tom, your cousin Joey, a couple of the other flaggers that wanted them.
We were handing them out at the I had 50 stickers left over in my truck, and I was
at the ditch banger,
the ditch banger, and I'm like, I totally forgot I had all these. I'm like, I'm not gonna use them all.
Right.
Handing them out to a bunch of sport riders. 15 of them had them on their sleds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was funny, but
that's great.
and then we put them on my custom
Jersey.
FXR jersey. And yeah, Narc Media factory ride. That was that was pretty good. So yeah, if there's any factory teams out there that want to pick up Narc Media as a title sponsor, we don't have any good riders, but
hit us up.
I'm sure we could find someone.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Daniel Benham, Jacob Bjork.
Yeah, yeah. A 120 rider.
Hey, dude, those guys freaking
Get some
rad.
podiums out of it.
Yeah, or even like a 120 champ.
Yeah,
something.
For sure.
But so moving on from that, what do you do outside of snowcross and champ off-road? Obviously, you have a regular job, but kind of like, what do you do?
Yeah, so full time, I actually do HVAC or heating and cooling. Started doing that out of high school, or a year before I graduated high school, actually, when I was 17. Did that kind of part time in the summers while I was going to college over in River Falls, and then got my degree in River Falls or whatever, and was trying to find a job in that field. Yeah, thanks. Words. In that field, and didn't really pan out, so I kind of went back to HVAC, and I was doing install at the time, so I was putting furnaces and air conditioners in, and all sorts of stuff. But was just getting burnt out really bad, and I even ended up asking Carl. I was like, "Does ISOC have full-time opportunities?" And a lot of people, I think that ISOC is a way bigger company than it really is, but realistically,
it's kind of small.
I think there's 5 or 6 full-time employees that put all this, or do all this for Champ Off-Road and Snowcross, and which is insane, to put all that together. But yeah, nothing really materialized there. But like I said, it's not, they're not big enough to have that many people full time
employment.
Yeah. So then I told my boss that I was going to look for a sales position, because that was kind of my background in college too. And he ended up saying that they were expanding, and so he gave me a sales job, and I've been doing that for about 1.5 years now.
Wow.
So fortunately, in the winter, we're pretty slow. Nobody really wants air conditioners in the winter, so
yeah, you just go outside.
Yeah, and fortunately, I was doing snowcross before this job became full time, so he's been pretty lenient with letting me take days off to go hang out at the racetrack on the weekends. So
that's good.
Yeah, a little different in the summer. If we're super busy, then I kind of have to pick and choose what off-road events I can make it to, or what days I can make it to. I ideally would like to be there the whole time, but sometimes work's busy and can't make it. So, but yeah, that's what I do full time. I do full-time sales, and I like talking to people, so it comes pretty easy. So, but yeah, I do that, and not really a whole lot else in the summer. Play baseball, softball.
You don't ride moto, do you?
No, I don't. I always wanted to get into snowcross when I was a kid. It was too expensive. Yeah, couldn't afford it.
Right.
So, and this was my way of being a part of the sport, was just becoming a flagger, and I don't know, you get a front row seat to best
you have the best seat.
Yeah, I don't even consider it a job. If I didn't get paid for it, I would still do it. I love going to those races. It's
right.
Yeah.
It is definitely an exhilarating ride. It's like a roller coaster, dude.
For sure.
It gets the blood pumping, and you get to see some of the best athletes in the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there's nothing like it. There's no other sport like it. I mean, even Champ Off-Road too. There's not really another sport of that caliber out there.
Just hearing a Pro 4 go by you is freaking crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And the money in them is crazy as well. I never knew that you could put that much money into a Pro 4 or Pro 2.
Really?
Never knew that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the machines are freaking nut. It's like you can't even compare it to anything. Like it's a combination of maybe like F1 meets rally.
Yeah, in a sense.
You know.
Yeah. I guess you could.
Because the horsepower is almost like an F1 car.
I think so.
You know.
Yeah. Again, I'm not good with.
Me neither.
With that stuff, so I have no idea what horses they're.
I know they're pulling
1,000 maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'd say you can maybe closely relate it to like rally, but
for sure.
Still, I think those trucks are built to withstand a hurricane, pretty much. So
yeah,
but
yeah, I don't know if you were around when around Champ Off Road when Johnny Greaves went over.
Are you talking Crandon?
Yeah,
I wasn't around it yet, but Nolan showed me the video of that, and I was just you're talking
turn one. Yeah, when he
pound,
just
that was nuts. That's
That's
some violent stuff. Like you need a good roll cage if you want to.
Yeah, and he was super freaking close to the K rail there.
Yeah, yeah.
To just crushing the front end of that truck, and he walked away. That dude's an animal.
Yeah. Well, all the Greaves are.
Oh, everybody that drives any sort of truck like that is an animal.
Yeah, you got a different mindset, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, just like I compare the two, even guys that race moto, or even any sort of racing is insane. You gotta be sick in the head to race anything that has a motor. Like I used to race moto when I was in high school, quad racing, and it's like, yeah, you have to have, like, you have to turn your brain off. To just
pretty much.
Be in it.
You gotta be fearless, pretty much.
Oh, absolutely. And I even ride pit bikes still, and it's like, I just go out there and rail a corner without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? So it's just nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But anyways, kind of going back to the beginning of the start of this whole thing. We kind of, me, you, Tom, if you guys don't know who they are, I'll link their Instagrams below, and you can kind of give them a follow. They're really good friends of ours. We've gotten pretty close.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
from snowcross alone, and that's what I love about these sports is like you become family at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So me, you, Tom, Joey, and what the hell's his name? Dan.
Pebbles?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of got a nickname.
Yeah, I don't even, like, what is mine? I don't even have one, do I?
Paparazzi.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's what everybody knows.
Words I probably shouldn't say on the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, rated R version.
Yeah.
So you guys have been kind of harping at me about starting a podcast.
Yeah. I think that was kind of when the whole narc media thing took off. We were always saying that, we should make a podcast, because I feel like as much content there is out there for like race weekends of snowcross and off-road, there's not really there's not really an off-season like show and I know Impulse guys, I know they do a podcast too.
Yeah.
And theirs is really good too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
theirs is more like a kind of a recap of the weekend. I've listened to a couple of them, but it's more so like they'll have riders that are in snowcross or Champ Off Road, and they'll just talk about, hey, how was your weekend?
Okay, yeah.
I guess. No disrespect to those guys. They're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I love
they put out crazy good content too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Great guys. They have absolute amazing skill with the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Expensive cameras.
Oh, absolutely. Those Reds are freaking stupid expensive.
Yeah. But I always felt like there was never like any substance in the off season for anything. I mean, just like you and me getting together and just BSing for an hour or whatever it may be. I think people like to watch that. And, I always am scrolling Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just trying to find, I'll go on Flow Sports and just watch random videos like past snowcross races, past off-road races, dirt track stuff, because there's like nothing content-wise. Yeah, there's nothing new. But so I think having the podcast, and so far the guests that you've had, with Robbie and
Levi.
Yeah, those were really good podcasts. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something that fans would enjoy listening to and watching. And yeah, like I said, I enjoy that kind of stuff. So
Right.
I'm glad that you finally
Pulled the plug.
and got into it, and we'll see where it goes. So
Yeah, hopefully, the sky's the limit, and I want to take it as far as I can.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people, not just you guys and our crew, but I've had a lot of people have an interest in it.
Yeah.
I even put out a post, and I said this in the first episode. I put out a post, and a lot of people were gung ho about it.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Even the impulse guys, they were like, you need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap.
Well, you were even saying like European people.
Oh.
Or people over there.
Yeah, they want to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wild.
It's like, what the heck?
It'd be expensive to fly them out, or we don't have that type of budget yet, but
I know, right? Yeah, if you want to sponsor me episode wise, come on.
Red Bull.
Me up. Yeah, Red Bull. Yeah, if you want to come on. But yeah, I got some things in the works of how I'm gonna do it with those guys, because I can't travel everywhere. I wanna keep going to people's houses, because I think that's the different aspect that's bringing this more to life.
Yeah, you get a different set location pretty much every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just like a boring wall. Sorry guys, I just have a white wall.
We could get a green screen maybe one time.
My girlfriend said that, and I was like, that's not a half bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Either like a couple ideas that I had is like, I'm gonna make a banner with the podcast name on it.
Yeah.
Almost like the podiums.
Yeah. Okay.
During Snowcross and Champ Off Road. But also like maybe having, this is my thought, a couple of the pro guys send in jerseys, and I can hang them up.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So if you guys are listening, any pros, Logan Christian, Tim Tremblay, whoever, if you guys are listening in, and if you guys have an extra jersey, you want to sign it, I'll put it up when we do a live podcast here. So yeah, send me a message if you guys want to send in your jerseys.
Or if you want to send a couple, we'll.
Yeah.
I'll gladly put one on my wall.
Yeah, dude.
It look good in my garage. So.
Right?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's like those kids at Champ Off-Road that just take the freaking side panels from the
all
trucks.
The plastics off the trucks.
Yeah, the side panels are bigger than them, and they got to fit in their mom's car.
I always love seeing like the 5-year-olds that are this tall, and they're like 4 of them are walking away with a hood.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
They're like little Ewoks,
Yeah, Mom and Dad brought a Prius. It's like, how are you going to get that in the car to take it home?
We're going to have to go to Home Depot and get some ratchet straps. We were planning for this.
Yeah, maybe put it on the hood, try and duct tape it to your current hood.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny. But yeah, I got some plans with the podcast to help those guys out, even to go to Canada or having those guys on.
I'll always come on and talk with you if you're ever looking for another guest. I mean,
yeah.
We'll see how this video goes, but hopefully I'm not too boring. And
no, I think it's.
If we ever just need to chit chat and catch up, we can.
Right.
Talk about beef in the sport. I don't know.
Something.
Talk about anything.
Yeah, for real. So, kind of going back to, what you do outside of Snowcross and Champ Off Road. So were you based out of, or were you born and raised here in Minnesota?
Yeah. So I was born in Waconia, Minnesota, which is about an hour south of here.
Okay.
Because where we're right now is Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yeah, right by ERX.
ERX.
So I'm about an hour south. Takes me about 50 minutes to get to ERX. But born and raised in Minnesota. Grew up in Cologne. That's where I've lived my whole life, and don't really plan on moving anywhere else. I mean, it's kind of a nice little part of the state. It's smack dab in the middle, and it's all farm towns around me. So I mean, like my town population is only like 2,000 people. So,
holy crap!
And there's plenty of racing around there too. So I mean, it's a good.
Well, you probably got a lot of dirt car racing, right?
Yeah, Arlington Raceway is a really big one out by me. I'd say that one's pretty big. Otherwise, getting on tar, Elko is kind of by me as well. That's kind of a bigger draw too. So yeah, there's plenty of racing all over that part of the state. So yeah,
jeez.
Always something to do on the weekend.
The racing never ends.
Yeah, no. Better than sitting at home watching TV.
Oh,
so.
for sure. That's I'd rather go outside and do something.
For sure.
Even though that might sound monotonous with how much I'm doing on the computer,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
You gotta take your eyes off a screen sometime. you
Oh
know?
my God, yeah. It's like I'm glued to it all winter, all summer long. It's like nonstop. But either way, yeah. I do go out and do stuff. But nevertheless, you said you don't ever want to move outside of Minnesota.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've always like I love my job in HVAC, but you know, if there ever was the opportunity to get into some form of racing with either being a director or working, going to different races, working for different race programs, you know, all types of motorsports, I think that would be an awesome opportunity. So I mean, I don't know, see what happens. Maybe there's opportunities that pop up, and
Hey,
you know,
anything happens.
yeah, I mean, I'd love to have a career and just doing anything with motorsports. So
For sure.
we'll see.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, because this coming snowcross season, we keep going back to snowcross.
Yeah.
Like
It's all right.
Like this podcast, this episode 4, it was like I don't even want to talk about snowcross, but it's like everything revolves around
Yeah,
it. You know what I
pretty
mean?
much. I mean, that was kind of the basis of why this podcast started. I mean, not really, but a
Yes
large
and no.
portion. A
Yeah.
large portion.
Yeah, I don't really want to base it off snowcross. I kind of want everybody to come on here and just chit chat and talk about whatever. You know, hey, I went to freaking Cabo last week. How was that, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So stuff like that. But nevertheless, yeah, next snowcross season, you're going to be the head of flagging, aren't you? Because LT, if you guys don't know LT, he was a head flagger for snowcross
For a long time.
for a long, long time, and he's replacing Scotty now, isn't he?
Yep. So, well, technically
Bobby
as well. I think Scotty was more so retiring.
Yeah.
And just kind of stepping away from the sport. He said that for the past 3 years, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's kind of me. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to step away.
Right.
It's way different watching a race on TV than being there. Like, that's.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. But yeah. So LT is kind of transitioning into a race director role with Jesse Strag, another race director. And
I thought he was retiring too.
not to my knowledge. I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
I heard he was done too.
Oh, rumors. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, they aren't
Not
they
sure.
aren't true until there's his official press
yeah,
release.
yeah. I'll try and get the scoop, I guess. But we'll have to wait till we. I don't know, probably heydays is when we'll know who's all doing what. But yeah. So LT, he'll be transitioning over to more of a race director role, and then I'll be.
You know what it was? I was thinking of Bobby, not Jesse.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
My bad.
I was gonna say that was news to me, but okay,
Yeah, my bad.
yeah. And then then I'll be in charge of everybody on the track, so that'll be.
Wow, so you're gonna have to get like flaggers to do New York and all that stuff.
No, I don't think that's so much. I think because LT will still be with us for snowcross, so I think he'll still, because he knows way more people than I have. I mean, he's been around the sport for, I want to say 30 years, if not more.
Something high. Yeah, he's been up there for a long time. I think during the WSA days.
Oh yeah. He's got an old WSA sweater or whatever that he wears at every race.
Yeah.
I know he's been around forever. Grandpa, but
right.
Yeah, we all call him Grandpa on the track.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
just boils his blood. But yeah, so that'll be. I'm excited for it, but I'm also nervous about it because it's a lot of responsibility being in charge of everybody. So I mean, you gotta kind of have your eyes on your section of the track, but you also got to be like constantly watching everybody else and knowing where to place people so they're in the least high risk spot of getting clipped by a sled or something like that,
right.
or just getting to the track a couple hours early or an hour early or whatever, just to kind of make a plan of where you want to put people and where you think the most carnage is going to be. And yeah, it's I kind of like partially took over ERX I did, and then both days in Iowa for the grand finale I did as well. So yeah, it went smooth, but yeah, it's definitely a different learning curve instead of just standing in your section and being in charge of your one section. So yeah, it's a big responsibility, but I take that super seriously. It's
you got a lot of people's lives in your hands.
Yeah, and you don't want to see. I mean, you want to see everybody go home healthy. You never want to see anybody get hurt.
Just like the racers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm talking racers too. You want to try and protect them as much as you can.
Right.
Look out for our guys, but at the same time, look out for the racers because without the racers, you don't have a race.
Right.
So
For sure.
yeah, I'd say, that's kind of, I don't know. I take it pretty seriously, and
kind of have to.
Yeah, we still have a lot of fun, but when it's time to be serious about it and make sure that we're being safe and helping out mobile medical whenever they need help,
right.
like it's pretty in depth, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We've had a couple incidences this year.
Yeah, definitely.
But nevertheless, all good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, outside, besides traveling for snowcross and champ off road, do you ever do any other travel?
Yeah, I mean, not as,
because it seems like you have kind of a slam schedule with work. HVAC and stuff like that.
Yeah, not as much as I would like to. Like I'd love to go out of the country and go to Mexico or even Canada. I feel like going up to Canada for I don't really know if it would work in the winter, but going to Lake Valcourt and not even having to work, you can just kind of
go and see,
hang out and not have to worry, but just watch races. You know, essentially. Or even going to different supercrosses in different states, like Anaheim. I feel like would be super cool. But no, I don't really get to travel too much. I'd like to do 1 or 2 trips a year. I was just down in Nashville 3 weeks ago. Just a bunch of friends of mine. Just we went last year for the first time. We were just like, wow, we had so much fun. We're gonna make it a yearly thing. Yep. And then I go to Vegas for or just started going to Vegas for National Finals Rodeo in December. So
that's got to be wicked.
Yeah, that was my first time ever in Vegas, was last December, and that was expensive, but yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Vegas is impressive. So yeah,
I've never been.
Yeah, what are you doing in December? Beginning of December. Let's go.
I don't even. Yeah, probably regional races. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm probably gonna be stacked, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I suppose other than normal race weekends, getting out of state for those, you probably don't get to travel too much, do you?
No, not really. It's if I do have an off weekend that's like, okay, I'm just going to take the day, I usually get a DM from somebody that's like, hey, you want to go out to the motocross track that's local here, maybe BCMX or something like that. But it's very hit or miss,
right?
And I feel as if, and I'm going to sound pretty professional here, but I take my job pretty seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you guys follow me on social media, I'm posting constantly.
If you guys could see the camera equipment just in this 100 square foot room right now,
it's pretty serious. It's pretty serious. And if you guys want to purchase some merch, I do have a whole bunch of merch here. I got hats, beanies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, you name it, I got it. So I'll link that in the description and whatever for you guys to buy. But yeah, I take it very seriously, because I just want to be known as like, that guy worked his tail off to get where he is, and he's not going to stop.
No, and I think, just looking at you now compared to, when people started posting on social media, I mean, we're kind of at that age where social media was kind of brand new to us.
Yeah.
Instagram was I think that came out when I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
So not very long ago.
Right.
Well, I guess 10 years ago already. Jesus.
I know. I'm 30. I don't know. How old are you?
24.
Yeah.
So
geez.
But yeah, I mean, you can definitely see you've built up your brand, and you didn't do it by just sitting around on the couch.
Right.
You're like we were just saying, you're never really on vacation.
Right.
Yeah. No, I definitely know all the work that you and Tom put into social media, and people think that these guys are just going out on the tracks and shooting a couple different clips of videos, a couple different seconds, and just mashing it together really quick on an Instagram reel. But no, it's definitely not the case of what goes into making all these. I mean, even your short clips that you post. I mean, that's half hour for just one of those little 5-second short clips, 10-second short clips.
I wouldn't say necessarily half an hour, but it's if I do multiple, it definitely can add up to half an hour. But
just weeding through all the footage to get to it.
Yeah, that takes time. I got to plug in the hard drive. I got to go through the content of what I want to post.
Yeah.
I got to overlay my logos and stuff like that.
And what's the percentage of stuff that you shoot versus stuff you post? 10%?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's I have endless of hard drives of content that nobody has seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From when I first started to now doing snowcross and champ off-road. Like I shot motocross majority of my career.
Yeah.
That's where I started. And then I kind of got into snowcross from just knowing people.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I have hard drives of just motocross stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and
every now and then you'll post something from, like, even during snowcross, you would post like old mod day clips.
Exactly.
I'm like, I didn't even know you had footage from back then. Like,
yeah.
And that's over what, 5-6 years ago already? Has to be
more than that. I started in 2014.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's almost that's 9 years.
Yeah. 18 was my first year, so that's you've been around it for a while.
Yeah, that was the Ross Martin era with Tugger Hibbert, Tim Tremblay. What the hell's his name? Adam Renheim too, and John Stenberg.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Logan Christian.
Stenberg or whatever. Yeah, Stenberg. Yeah.
Stenberg.
Yep.
Elias Ashul, I think was on. I think he was in sport class at that point.
Yeah,
with
that's
Warner.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I remember I could still distinctively see my first year going to the Salamanca race when they had it on the other side of the casino. I don't know if you were around then, if you watched then.
I wouldn't say all of them. I definitely, well, the only ones back then, I was only able to watch like CBS Sunday. So it was like the recaps on CBS. So
yeah.
you'd get like a pro life final and like one round of pro and then the pro final. Like that's all you would get.
Yeah. So now that they kind of have it on the parking lot side of the casino, and before then they kind of went back and forth every year when I started, but it was 2014, 2015 was when I got involved.
Yep.
It was on the other side where all the kind of dirt is now. And that was my first taste of that era of pro mod sleds, of the Ross Martin, Tugger Hibbert era. And like I said, seeing Elias Ashul on Warner Racing walking down the pro pits, and I got a shot of him just walking down when he was, it might have been Pro Light. I have no idea. I can't remember. I had to go back and look.
Yeah.
But he was just, I don't know. That just kind of, I always go back to that, you know, seeing that and seeing how far I've came.
Right.
From when I started.
Watching your quality like get better over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Of what you used to shoot versus now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I started in 2010. Shooting. Yeah. You know, it was like.
The GoPro 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You know, that, it was that long ago. 2000 and, well, yeah, it would be 2010 because I graduated in 2011.
Well, I was 11 in 2010. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're such a baby.
I know.
Holy crap.
Dad had to give me a ride to Shakopee to go watch the races.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jeez, how time flies.
For sure. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But just going back and kind of reminiscing on all this stuff, it's like,
yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No, I was just gonna say that too. Like I wouldn't trade any weekend at a snowcross track. I mean, even bad weekends where you know you might have some bad crashes or you know, crappy weather, rain. I hate rain.
Those cold days at Fargo.
Michigan this past year with rain.
Oh, that sucked.
I was such a crab ass to my cousin Joey. He'd keep radioing me like, "How you doing, Austin?" I'm like, "Don't talk to me. I'm just not in the mood."
Right.
We're just getting rained on. Yeah. Sitting out there for 14 hours a day.
It was terrible. It was terrible for everybody.
Yeah, not a good time.
No, my cameras were fogging up. It was, it was sucky.
But still, I wouldn't trade it a weekend for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. It's what makes you, I feel, you know, just like I said, you create a family outside of your normal family and people that you can just have general conversation with. Yeah. Like this podcast, it's like, I don't want the podcast to just be racers. I want it to be friends. I want it to be, you know, people that are outside of the industry that I feel would be beneficial to this. So that's the cool part about it. And
that's why I was surprised why you wanted me to be on here. I was like, the hell do you want me on here for? Sure. I was like, sure. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But
well, that's my job as a host, is to, you know, ask you questions and see and kind of dig a little bit deeper. Yeah. You know. For sure. But yeah, it's definitely fun. I've had an awesome time meeting you, all the people through this whole experience, and like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So is there anything that you kind of want to talk about, or kind of want to ask me? Because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah,
Personally, who I am,
yeah.
they just know, oh, you're paparazzi, you're Josh, you're the content killer, and we just see that you're pumping out content.
Yeah, I was gonna say shit.
It's all
Whoops.
good. We cursed a few times,
Yeah,
so it's all good.
But yeah, like I've known you for what 3 years now, and
Yeah.
I barely know anything about you. So you're a mysterious guy. I'll start calling you Jeffrey for Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
Mysterious like that. But you don't got a barrel over in the corner, do you?
You don't want to go into my bedroom.
Okay, well never
That's
mind.
where
then.
he kept it.
I was wondering why you locked the door when I came in. But I don't
You're
know.
welcome.
What's been your favorite sport to shoot, I would say? Or what do you like making the most content out of? Not saying like just in the past years when you've just been doing off-road and snowcross mostly, but like, do you prefer a sport over the other, or do you have like your niche where you're a lot better at shooting this sport versus another?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
I get that question a lot from a lot of people. I think you asked me that a while ago.
Probably, but I have
Yeah.
some timers going on up here.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of pinpoint what I enjoy the most out of all the content that I shoot. But it would, because I've shot from snowcross to motocross to champ off-road to sprint cars, dirt track. You know, I've done weddings. I've done commercial
That's gotta
work.
be your favorite weddings.
Oh, for sure, dude. It is. Bridezillas are my favorite. You know what I mean? They're awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to those guys. Girls, sorry. But to look back at it all, I would say
Tough one.
it's a
Stumped
tough.
ya.
It is. It is very tough because I love snowcross and I love moto. You know, I love that guys in moto can throw a fat whip or a scrub.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
filthy.
Yeah, for sure. But then I also love the sound of a snowmobile just kind of buzzing by me and make my ears bleed.
Yeah.
You know, and just having them like hit a rhythm section, then they get out all squirrely, but then they kind of get back into control, and I get to
I don't know
capture
how,
that.
Yeah, I don't know how. Some of those guys are just along for the ride, I'm convinced.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Sport like Jerry's. Some of them are along for the ride, dude. Like
Yeah.
I think the dads put a zip tie on the throttle and
I
they
just
let
go.
They let go of the brake off the start, and it's let's see how this goes.
Or they got a remote control and they're just gonna pin it to win it.
Yeah, Joey and we came up with a saying for the sport light and sport classes. We say inexperience and experience makes for one hell of an experience.
That's good.
That's what we say. So we're like,
That's good. You should put that on a t-shirt
yeah,
and sell
we
it to all the
should.
guys.
Let's put it on. I'll give you. I'll sell you the rights to it.
Okay. How much you want?
I don't know. Case of beer.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Done.
Deal.
Done.
Done.
Awesome.
Perfect. Awesome.
You guys just witnessed that.
Yep.
But going back to your original question,
Yeah.
it would have to be snowcross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though I grew up doing moto, I love moto. I love the sound of a two-stroke. I love the sound of a four-stroke when it's just revving out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something about snowcross that gets me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that too. For me, it's as much as crazy as off road is, like something about snowmobiles has always kind of been a part of me.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I think it's for me. It's also not just snowmobile racing, but it's also the extremes that you have to go through.
Yeah.
To do your job correctly.
Yeah.
Like going to Fargo, going to Michigan, and having it rain be -40, whatever the case may be.
Windier than hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that gives me that more, excitement. Because it's like, I don't want to stand out in the -40 to 50 degrees.
Select few people would.
Oh, absolutely. And I even went to Valcourt a few times. Like, the first 2 years that I went, it was -50.
Yeah.
Like, my eyelashes were freezing together. And I even had guys that were coming up to me like, do you need goggles? You know what I mean? So it's like that part of the whole experience is what I kind of love.
Right.
Because I don't know anything else unless I go to Antarctica and I jump in the freaking cold water in my shorts and have that same experience.
Well, it just shows you like the differences that you can have too. Like we go to Fargo in 2021, negative whatever, and then that same year, I think it was that same year, we went to Eagle River the weekend after. It was like a 70-degree difference in temperature. Yeah, like we're out there in sweatshirts and stuff, and week before it's 70 degrees colder.
Yeah,
like, it just shows you the different. Even the riders, like,
for sure,
I wouldn't want to ride in that.
Oh hell no!
Negative 8 billion degrees. Forget that.
No. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how we do it.
For me, dog.
Right.
But
yeah. So I would say that's my thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So what else?
Other questions?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't know. I suppose I can ask you probably.
Yeah.
Since you're not like you can't or like it doesn't matter if you pick one because then you won't be biased or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're biased or whatever. But
yeah, it's my podcast.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's all good. Well, you said shit and damn it at the same sentence.
Fuck.
There you go. Maybe that one I'll bleep. Yeah, maybe that one I'll bleep out.
Yeah. Who is your all-time? We'll go to off-road. Who's your favorite Pro 2, Pro 4 riders or racers, drivers?
Did you say Pro Light?
Or Pro Light too. That's fine.
So what did you say, Pro 2 and Pro 4?
Yeah.
Okay, Pro 2. For an underdog, I really like Ryan Beat.
Ryan Beat. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's a solid dude.
He switches back and forth, doesn't he? Doesn't he race Pro 4 too?
No.
Sometimes? Oh, never mind. Shows how much I know about off-road.
I don't think he does. I'm pretty sure he just does Pro 2.
Okay.
I think he did Pro 4 a while ago. You might be thinking of Keegan Kincaid.
Maybe.
Because he's done Pro 4 a few times,
okay,
and then he's dropped back to Pro 2.
Gotcha.
But it nevertheless doesn't really matter.
Okay, so Ryan Beat for an underdog.
Yeah, for Pro 2, and then Pro 4. I got to be biased here because I work for him, but Jimmy Anderson.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say.
I love that dude.
No, he's a cool guy. I talked to him with you, like, I think it was at Anago.
Yeah.
Right when I met up with you. Because that was my first ever off-road race, and I was like, I have no idea who any of these people are.
Right.
Like, it's probably going to sound bad, but I didn't even know who the Greaves boys were.
I didn't either. I didn't know any of those guys.
No idea. Now I do. I definitely do know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but, so I was, like, kind of following you around. I'm like, well, you kind of know what you're doing here. So I'm walking around with you. Yeah, you're a seasoned vet. So I was walking around with you for a little bit. But, okay, throw it over to the other sport, Pro and Pro Light for snowcross.
Oh, man. Pro Light. Pro Light. That's a tough one because there's so many people.
It could be. I was gonna say.
Okay, all right, I got my guy.
Okay.
Pro Light. Marcus Ogamar.
Yeah.
I just like his style on a sled, and when I first got into snowcross, like he kind of just left a footprint with me in my career. Mm-hmm. We kind of just really jived together when it came to camera work because he came to me, and I was working with Woody's at the time. And Johan Lidman and Nisa Selstrom were really close with him because they're Europeans. Mm-hmm. And Johan was like, I got a guy for you that could do your video work. Yeah. So then he came to me, and I would go to ERX, and we did a video, and it was just like kick butt. He was doing heel clickers. He was loving the camera. He was doing huge whips. Yeah. The dude can throw a fat whip on a sled, like fat. And it's just kind of, he's been kind of my guy for Pro Light.
Do you think he is back next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So? With Thien, or do you think he moves?
I think he's solid with Thien.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't,
You think he goes up to Pro?
I think he should.
He's been in Pro Light forever.
Yes.
Like a long time.
Yeah, he's like the Evan Dowd.
Yeah.
He's almost like Christian Craig of 250s, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh my God, just
move on.
Get out of the class.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You've kind of pointed out a little
for a long time. I think if he stays Pro Light though, he'll be top 3 again because he finished 3rd in points this year.
Yeah, if he didn't have his injury, he would have been probably 2nd to Jordan a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How about pro?
It's gonna sound weird, but Francis
Frank
Peltier.
the Tank, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never really talked to him. He seems like kind of a quieter dude, but
Really?
that might be the language barrier.
Yeah. He is a little hard to understand, but the dude is funny.
Mm-hmm.
The dude will
Yeah.
rip a joke. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. He's a very good character. I like his riding style. And I'm going to, again, sound biased here, but I love Canadians for some odd reason.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Canada a whole bunch of times, and I got a whole bunch of Canadian friends when I worked in motocross.
Right.
And it's just something about them that is, like, different.
They talk funny.
Yeah,
Not in a mean
it
way.
doesn't,
Not in a mean way.
doesn't
but
Minnesotans talk?
well, yeah, I guess.
Because we're not that far away from the Canadian border.
No, you know.
You know, see?
Yeah, no, you know.
Yeah, see? Like,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Frank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you. Okay. I'll do this. Stay on the snowcross side.
Mm-hmm.
2 of your hottest bold takes for the upcoming season. Could be points championship. It could be riders moving. It could be, I don't know, the wildest thing that you think will happen this upcoming season, either in points for a certain class or riders moving or different teams or, whatever.
Any of the rumors that are out there?
Anything, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Or if you think that certain riders are going to, random ass pro light guy is going to win the pro light championship.
Okay.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Hot take.
Okay. I think Jordan's going to come out and win the championship.
Pro.
Yes, a pro.
Okay.
And if it's not Jordan, then I think Emil Har will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Emil's going to be on a tear next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Snowcross keeps doing the triple crown format, I do believe that he will dominate that.
Do you like that format better than heat races?
I do and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I do to an extent. It saved the pro class. It made the racing more exciting.
Yep.
Because I feel like it was more racing, more aggressiveness. The
Yeah.
guys were going out because they needed it to get points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that aspect, yes. The aspect of like how they got rid of the time qualifying.
Yeah.
They did only one practice and then they went into the Triple Crown race 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I think we, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll touch on this, but I think we might have changed it, or I don't know. They did,
from what I heard, they did 5 minutes of just normal practice and then the rest of 10 minutes was qualifying.
Yeah,
yes.
we would wave the green flag and then they knew that, okay, this is qualifying now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what we did in Iowa. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we did it the week before.
I think that's what they did. They did it in Michigan.
Okay. Then
I know because I was going to put a GoPro on Emil Har's sled and they were like, no, we are really focused and we don't want that kind of distraction.
I was wondering if that kind of was what was going on with that, because I think a lot of people wanted you to put Emil or like have Emil on.
Yes.
Tape, and I kind of figured Juddy was probably like, no, we're not gonna do
yeah.
that.
And I kind of had to apologize to him, and he was like, no, it's no big deal. We were just really focused on the championship. We don't want him to get distracted, which is fine. I totally agree. That's why I kind of asked people, and Emma was like, yeah, I don't care. But then, the rest of the team comes in, and it's like, whatever. I got to respect their wishes and stuff like that. I don't want to step on too many feet when it comes to, producing content for Snowcross.
Yeah. And maybe they give you a different opportunity later on,
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Or even you get some, footage of them during practice up at Shearings next year or something like that, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, either way, I see them two kind of dicing it out for the pro.
Yeah, I would have liked to see LaBelle in a bit of a different race environment. Because I feel like Iowa, he didn't really get to show what he could do in the pro class just because the racing was kind of so shitty.
Yeah.
And not in terms of like the racing was shitty, but like the track sucked.
Oh, absolutely.
Like track was just
Yeah, there was a big water ravine coming down from the start, all the way into that first corner.
Yeah, so
I mean, not good.
I feel like I wish I could have seen him, you know, at any different track, like see what he would have been able to do at like ERX for the pro class, just because that's more of his environment. I think.
Yeah.
I think he likes bigger tracks, just because he has a lot better stamina. And you know he was behind or whatever in Iowa. I don't remember what he finished, 4th or whatever.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so who knows? I think he's definitely a end of the race type of rider if he's behind. Like, no offense to like Riley Bester or anything like that, but like Riley would get out to so many of those leads, and Riley's an amazing pro light rider. But Jordan would just have that extra gear, and
he's an animal.
Yeah, he's a different.
He's
rider.
like the Deegan of snowcross.
Yeah.
If everybody watches moto, he's that new level kind of rider.
Yeah.
That he'll just send it. You know, I remember hearing a story way back before he turned pro that when he races in Valcourt, he raced in pro light class when he was in sport.
Oh, really?
Which is totally normal, but he wasn't even out of age.
Oh.
And he was in pro class or pro light, you know, and he was mopping people.
Yeah.
Straight, but he won Valcourt that year that he jumped into pro light when he was in sport. But I want to say that was when he was on Boss too.
Okay.
Yeah, before the whole thing happened, before they closed the doors. But either way, I definitely see him having, you know, that extra like, I'm gonna go balls to the wall, and I don't care if it makes or breaks me.
And I mean, good on ERX at ERX when Evan Dowd was able to hold him off to break his streak.
Yeah,
I have not knocking Evan. I have no idea how he was able to hold off Jordan, but I think Evan was just gaining so much traction on that backstretch.
Yeah,
that was where he was separating himself from Jordan. But like,
for sure,
I think that's Evan Dowd's best race I've ever watched in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that was crazy. Like, but yeah, I don't know.
What do you think about him moving up?
He's going to pro, isn't he? Rumor or
that was a rumor.
I don't know.
I think he should.
Yeah.
He's kind of like
has Casey Motorsports ever had a pro rider?
No.
So
they've only had 2 pro lights. Well,
Evan and Evan.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Those were the only 2, but they had Jailer and pro light.
Okay.
Yeah. When Christian was in sport.
Gotcha.
Or sport light, one of the 2.
Yeah, I mean, Evan's been in pro light for how long?
Since he was on La Valley.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was pro light with Adam when he was on.
Yeah.
Might have been Adam and Riley, I think.
No, Riley was on. Riley, I do believe Riley was still riding Arctic Out with Frylon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
before they switched.
I think good for the sport if he moves up. Just to add to that pro class, that's pretty diminished.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The pro light is becoming a new pro.
I would have argued that was the moneymaker this year. I mean,
and sport is becoming a new pro light.
Sports that's just a you get the price of admission in that one race for the final. Like, I'm so glad we do that before dinner now.
Yeah.
Then rather than after dinner, because that's one wild race to come right back into racing with.
Yeah.
Like right after a break. Like, those kids are
nuts.
Yeah, the future of pro light and pro racing is definitely gonna be fine. Just looking at those kids, but yeah, you get the price of admission for just that one race, or even the pro light races too.
Yeah,
or sport light. Sorry, not pro light. But yeah, I would argue that pro light was, to me, more interesting than pro this year.
For sure.
Even though that Jordan was kind of mopping everybody, but you know,
I wish he would have. That accident that crash that he had in Cannonsburg.
Oh, that was sketch.
That was so bad.
That was so sketch.
That was so bad. I saw it on the live on the Jumbotron. I'm like, holy crap.
I don't know how Tyler Ullman didn't land on him. That was
me neither.
He got lucky. He's down in the lowest part of that whoop. But because Tyler ran the sled.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, for real.
That could have been terrible.
And Tyler has he has terrible luck just being in the wrong.
Yeah, I love that kid.
Yeah, me too. He's a good
guy.
kid.
Good guy.
He always keeps his head above water, and he's always having a good time.
And he's always out there like thanking us for all the track workers for being out there. Like he's definitely a guy that appreciates everybody and everything at the race weekend. So
well, with his injury that he had, what was it at
Eagle River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Yep, 21. Yeah. Second to last weekend.
Yeah.
Because we raced there twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
his
was wild.
incident was terrible.
Mhm.
So, I could see why he's very appreciative of you guys.
For sure.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's very scary.
Yeah. What were we talking about? I don't even remember. Bold predictions, hot takes.
Yeah.
We just get off track.
I know. Too much. It's okay.
That's okay, though.
Yeah.
Random thoughts.
Yeah. Whatever. That's what this is all about.
Exactly. Yeah, nobody just wants to watch us just talk like
Normal.
straight races and
Yeah.
recaps on snowcross. Like,
Right.
just looking right into the camera the whole time. What are your thoughts on this rider? What are your thoughts on this rider?
Right. Yeah, there's a mix of a lot of things in here.
I try not to talk about it like too much. Like,
Yeah.
get so focused on one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of
All over the place.
all over the place.
Me
though,
too.
so yeah.
Me too. It's like if I have a thought, I'll just go with it.
Yeah, people are probably like, well, they were talking about one thing, and then they never even got back to it, and that was like 45 minutes ago. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe check in later on the episode when we might cover it.
Yeah.
Get back to it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'll get to it
probably
like
not.
on the third time that I'm on here. It'll be like, oh, crap. You remember that one thing we were talking about? Like minute 15 of the first ever episode? I just remembered that.
They were definitely asking about that in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
know.
definitely will be.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, these guys are so, like, shiny red ball syndrome. Like, like that motorcycle went by earlier, and I was like, lost my whole train of thought.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Loud pipes. But, yeah, which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Sidetrack.
Just totally sidetracking. But yeah, is there anything else you want to kind of cover or no?
I don't know. What are you most excited for off-road coming up? Certain race or?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Mid-America.
Oh, in Jay, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. That's going to be really cool.
I'm kind of really looking forward to that one, even though it's a hike.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to fly down there. I really
That'd
don't want to drive.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
But, yeah, no, that'd be cool. I thought they were, like, still building the track last year. Like, I think it's, like, a brand new venue, I thought.
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
not. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you guys know anything, drop it in the comments below.
Nolan, if you're watching this, you probably already know everything about that track. He'd be a good guy to have on your pod, like if you did a podcast at like Crandon or something like that.
Mhm.
You wouldn't even have to talk. He would.
He would just go.
Yeah,
I would say one thing.
just say Pro
Just
4.
talk. Pro 4.
Hour and a half. Yeah, no, he's super awesome though. I love Nolan.
Well, that's the plan. Is I'm gonna try to get a couple champ guys on this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because it's not just based on snowcross. It's
Mhm.
kind of based on everything that I want to talk about and
Yeah,
people's intel and insight on sports.
Yeah.
And
or I'll call out. You should get Bobby Werrett on the pod, race director.
hey,
That'd be cool.
I think that would be really sick.
Mhm. He likes to talk.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
He's funny too. I love Bobby.
Yeah, he's a good character.
He's like my other. Well, I shouldn't say my other dad during race weekends. I mean, I got like 5 of them that I call dad on the race weekends. But yeah, Carl Shubitsky, I think actually thinks that beach ball is my actual dad.
No way.
Yeah, so we're just hope he doesn't watch this, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Why did you even have to say anything?
I don't know. We can cut it out if you want
Yeah.
to.
All right. Beep.
Yeah, but
That's funny.
yeah, no. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, it's always good to catch up with you and
For sure.
just BS and
I
talk
know
about life
we
during the off
we
season.
really don't hang out
No, we really
outside
don't.
of
No,
racing.
no, really
You made a
don't.
comment like what, a month ago maybe?
Yeah,
That's like we live so close to it.
Yeah.
Like how far are you from Elk River? 40
an
minutes?
hour. Wow, 45, 50 minutes. Yeah,
40
like
yeah.
50 minutes.
But still, that's not even that far. Like if I go
Mm-mm.
see Tom, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I got to go see Tom.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
lives
mean?
in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah, for real.
yeah, but no, yeah, it's always good to hang out and chit chat and catch up and yeah, like I said, I think a lot of people are gonna like that there's an off season podcast or like, eventually this will be during race weekends and
Yeah.
or like you'll be putting stuff out. I'm assuming during race weekends and stuff like that. So it's
For sure.
everybody's waiting for the weekend to go racing, and this will be like their
Yeah.
catch up on a weekend or
Their Sunday afternoon
yeah,
coffee.
yeah. Who's beefing since the last race or
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah, for sure.
Well, you want to kind of wrap up things here?
Yeah, we can wrap up stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No, I mean I'm long-winded, but I mean this is. I don't know how long we've been going. It has to be over an hour.
Well, I think you got here at what, 6:15?
Probably around that. Yeah, what time is it now?
So now it's about 6, 7, 8. It's almost 2 hours. Yeah. Well, we didn't really get started until 6:30.
Yeah.
You know, because I had to do some camera adjustments and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. In our massive office space that we have here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I mean, I can talk all night, but nobody wants to listen to us talk for
not for 2 hours.
A 12-hour marathon.
No.
So yeah, but yeah, definitely. I think there'll be more opportunities where if you're looking for people, I'll always come on and
Sweet.
We'll always have new content to talk about, I'm sure. So
for sure.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me, and it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So this was episode 4. Austin Pysick, flagger, and what's your title in Champ Off-Road again?
I did last year I did ops for off-road, but this year, I don't know, I might be transitioning into more of like I wouldn't say race director role, but possibly being just another kind of eye in the sky for Bobby and Ryan, just on if racing incidents or stuff like that. So details yet to come. I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. So we'll see, but yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is episode 4. Or episode 4. Excuse me. Yeah. If you guys are watching episode 2, or have watched episode 2, if you guys are watching episode 3, I made a mistake of calling it episode 2. So, my fault. I was getting too excited there. But yeah, this is episode 4. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was our guest for episode 4. And if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you guys aren't already following me, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Pick up some merch, too.
Yeah.
Like Narc Media and Paparazzi online, so on Instagram and Facebook and everything.
Yeah, and follow him, too.
For all your content needs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.